This isn't the average college student today. This is. Meet Ashley, a working mom going back to school in hopes of earning her teaching degree.
Over 70% of students are working full-time and supporting a family. And so when forced to choose between the very fixed structure of school and the important commitments and responsibilities of a full life, students are forced to make an impossible choice.
How am I going to be a full-time student? How am I going to be a full-time mom and pay for all this at the same time?
The problem is, college wasn't designed for low-income students, commuters, or working parents. That's why 45 million Americans have started college but haven't earned a degree.
Who is it to tell us what a college student looks like?
For too many students, we'll be stuck with a legacy system that continues to perpetuate inequity.
A team of educators in Austin, Texas is redesigning the college experience from the ground up, combining personalized coaching with a new kind of flexible degree program.
Peloton is better, faster, and cheaper than traditional options.
If they succeed, they could help millions of Americans feeling stuck and left out actually get a shot at their dreams.
We see this in a bunch of the big problems in our country. There's a lack of imagination for how things could be different in the future compared to how they've been done in the past. Too often the cultural narrative is that it's too late, too hard, or too expensive. We don't think that's true.
This is Stand Together Presents. Stories, ideas, and advice from changemakers tackling our biggest challenges.
The typical college student has changed, but the structure of college hasn't really meaningfully changed since Harvard in the 1600s, or even here in the 21st century. The first college in the United States was Harvard, which was who college was designed for, which was like rich white guys to be doctors or lawyers or ministers. There was a really big gap for working adults.
While community college and online programs expanded access to higher education, they still follow the old model of fixed semesters and credit hours. A model that doesn't seem to be working for the modern student.
If your life is full, school's not gonna happen. And that's why this demographic of students has less than a 20% chance of graduating. And until we really reevaluate the way that school is designed, we'll miss so much that some of our brightest and hardest working learners have to offer.
Anybody that knows high school Ashley knows that she was this big dreamer. She had her life planned out. I walked across the stage and I didn't know I was pregnant. It turned my life upside down. Instead of going to college, I found me a job. I worked at fast food restaurants, but that wasn't what my dream was. I wanted to change that. I found a job at a school. A little light ignited in me, and I was like, whoa, I love this. I have a passion for this that I didn't know. And it was almost like a Ashley's Dreams 2.0.
But in order for Ashley to teach at a public school, she needs a bachelor's degree.
So I got back on the wagon. I tried community college, did not work for me. I tried it twice. You still have to be a full-time student, and I still have to take care of dentistry, and it just didn't fit in my life.
College tells students it's their fault. They try harder or change something or come back at a different date. And that breaks my heart because as educators, we should be doing everything in our power, then changing our programs to support the full lives of students.
When I found PelotonU, it was like a whole nother world. Where has this been all my life? Y'all made this for me.
But how is this actually different from any other online program? First, they use a new kind of degree program called competency-based, which allows students to go at their own pace and master the coursework without tests or grades. And since earning a degree online can be a lonely process, they provide a community of support.
To do hard things, we need a group to ride together with us. The name Peloton comes from a cycling term. It's a group of riders who ride together in a race to get to some place that they couldn't get on their own. And so for us, that's a metaphor for community. Students are paired with a coach and a community of support to provide encouragement and talk about all of the students' life and the many parts of their journey that come up on the path to a degree.
Today, Ashley is meeting her coach, Noemi, in person for the first time since the pandemic.
What a year.
I know.
What a year. ¿Quién es Ashley? Who is Ashley?
And it's Ashley. Nobody's ever asked me that. Like, with PelotonU, you meet with your coach once a week. Me and Noemi, we talk every day.
It was very important for me to get to know her for who she is, but not just who she is, who does she believe she is. With non-traditional students, there's a lot of shame that you are dispelling and giving her the tools to empower herself to rewrite those narratives. It's a beautiful process. We get to show these students that they are worthy of these degrees no matter what the dominant culture says. I saw that you submitted one project. Yes.
I did.
Okay, so
I'm so happy.
So you got feedback on it, right?
I got not mastered yet. I get more shots added.
Yeah. So remember, with competency-based, you're moving at your own pace. So you can have
Traditional education is measured in seat time. How long is a semester? How many weeks you're in a course? In competence-based education, the unit of progress is learning. You cannot get through a course until you demonstrate mastery in 100% of the material. And so you're learning how to learn.
It's like they want me to succeed.
Y'all
Right. Want me to succeed. I love that.
About 65% of Peloton students graduate compared to less than 15% for part-time community college students.
Good morning, guys.
Now, Ashley is on her way to realizing her dream of becoming a teacher,
Set out.
and one day, opening her own school.
But I know you guys can do it. So let's get started. All right.
We see part of Peloton's role is to remind students that they've always had what it takes and that we just get to be mirrors to show them all the best parts of what they've already learned.
Now I don't feel like I have to choose. I can be a great mom. I can be a great teacher and a great student. They are helping me ride through my educational life. If I could talk to that 18-year-old that found out that she was pregnant and tell her, it's okay. Like, you're not different. It's not gonna be easy. So don't stop and just keep on moving. This blessing that walked across the stage with you is going to help you go farther than you ever thought.
There's important work that's happening all over the country, springing up in small communities and being led by incredible entrepreneurs. If we succeed, it's a world that gives me so much hope. It's a world with a different set of education and employment pathways that have been designed by students for their peers. And it's overdue that we work alongside students to create the kinds of careers and lives that they want long term.
Stand Together partners with changemakers tackling our biggest challenges. To see more stories, follow our channels. And to learn more about how you can partner with us, go to standtogether.org.